I'm a god in my hood, I give everyone hope. Can't remember a time when my answer was no. I remember the times I had nowhere to go. Down to my lowest.
Yeah, and this time I'm going to creating this video for my first new Instagram account, show you how my ideas of trading and how I trade, how I enter my trades. So this is my first video. Let's take video one for my trades. Okay, yeah, in the morning I had $17 and I kind of like boosted 14 42, but my target now is I need to reach almost like 6k. Okay, first of all, my name is Allen Star, but I just want to show you in this video how I trade now, how I think, how I took trade as it is. Okay, now first of all, let me find a nice pair to get into. This is a well trade and I'm trading synthetics, so for my first video to be synthetics. Okay, now it's done. First of all, for my strategy, I kind of like show you what my highest time frame, like, or my guiding time frame is the daily time frame. I need to see first how like today is going to be, or tomorrow is going to be, or what yesterday was or what can I get from it. But that's how I start my day first. So I look at on my time frame, and what I see is it's like the market was in a buy, and it might be still in a buy, as you can see. Let me draw them clearly. Market was going buy, and it kind of like sold here, but it went again buying. But in my thoughts, I saw like there's some, okay, it's sort of like a rejection here. There's a interest point there. So in my opinion, I'm kind of like looking for sell. Why am I selling? Okay, let me go down into my first time frame. Okay, now what do I have? I think I have a clear picture that I can use. Okay, let's draw the market again. We have high, low, high, but it's like in a consolidation zone. But we broke this high, getting a new high, new low. This one didn't break again, and it's kind of like, it seems like there's a sign for something, because as you can see, it's like in a consolidation zone. But if you look clearly, like now, let's say I just drop down here, is this, if you can see, there's this high, low, and we got a new high here, and it broke this again. What sign? What do we have there? No, it's kind of like it broke this like this. High, low, high, low here, and high, and high low. Cause if you look clearly, this was my last low. That's my last low, and it broke and it retested. How do I use my strategy? I kind of like do this. My for the 4 hours time frame chart is my it's like, let's say it's my guidance. It gives me where the market is going. It tells me the direction. That's how I use it. So here, what I have, I just wait. Let me just put a trend line here. I just want to put to mark this zone. That's where my hello, and it got blocked. When it got broke, I usually take the breaker candle, which is this one. We all know that. That's my breaker candle. I leave it like that, but I go to the candle before that candle, which is this one. That's where I put my resistance, and as you can see, sort of like it respected that zone, even though we have a little short, like what, a very short, if you can see, we have a short liquidity grab or swap, whatever you may call it, but we have a liquidity swap or grab there. With my means, I might have just sold on there on that position when it broke out, that suicide liquidity. When it got swapped, I might have just entered the trade, but I didn't since I wasn't there. But still, it's okay, because as I said, here again we have the same story, because I've just told you, like, I have my new higher low here. No, it's now a lower low, because if we're going down, we are having lower low, lower high, lower low, lower high. We're going up, higher low, higher low, higher low, higher high, like that. I know I might just get confused, because these things they're easier to say it in your mind than explaining to 1,000 or billion people. But as I was saying, okay, this is my, let me remove this one. Okay, since I said I got a new zone there, what I have, a breakout. So what do I see? I see, since this is my breaker candle, that one, which the candle that broke and closed below that line I just marked, that's my breaker candle. But I go to the candle which is behind it, or was before it, as my support level, support, resistance, demand, supply, I don't know whatever you might call it, but I take it that zone and I mark it as my point of interest. Okay, since that's my point of interest, I go back down to my 1 hour time frame, where I look for a setup to see if the market will come back there now, or maybe later, to just sort of like retest or taste, or give me something. Or since I said my 1 hour is my setup, my 4 hours time frame and the daily time frame are my guide, so they guide me through where from where to the market is going, and my 1 hour time frame is my setup point, and I'll be like posting it for how I enter or send that. Hi.
Yes.
Hapana boa this thing. So
Fala fuleiro.
yakanzi os kadogo so like what I was saying, as you can see, yeah, that was my high low. Okay, so as I was saying, like in my 1 hour time frame, that's where I find that's the setup zone, or the setup okay, let's say, just in short, that's where I find my setups. And for my entry, since now I've seen like the market slowing down, but it will come back to that zone, I might just say I can put a sell limit here, and a sell limit here, and my stop loss above that line. See, that's half of my account, and that's a high risk ratio. You see, I wouldn't advise you to use that much of a high risk when you have $40 to $42 in your account. Don't use that. That's not, if you aren't able to trust your strategy, you might have something, or get an idea how, or maybe, I don't know, you might be funded to take this kind of risks, but they are too much for someone who have a low account balance. But since I trust my strategy, I can enter just like that. And as what I was saying, markets, I'm looking, if you're someone like me, I might just enter. Don't forget. Waruko. Chirungu. Okay. I'm getting statements, but since we said in the 1 hour time frame, that's where I get my setups. So okay, for my entry, I go to the 15-minute time frame. That's where I find my setups. Okay, and what do I have here? The market still in the downtrend, creating high value, and some of them might just a little, it might not identify them clearly, but still it's okay. So I'm expecting the market to go back up and kind of like test that area. Morning, how are you? Yeah. Yep. Okay. This is something I just like I need to tell you. There's a FVG, the fair value gap here. For those who know, I didn't tell you, or I didn't say anything, but this one is an FVG. Let's make it pink. Save that soon. That's all. There's a fair value gap there, so it needs to be closed. Meaning there's more momentum for the market to come back in that area, and tap my supply and demand zone, and I'll be in a trade, so that I can just like ease out. And my target, so where's my target? My target, like what I said in the 4 hours time frame, this looks like it was an uptrend here from this area. It was in an uptrend, but as soon as it reached this point, the market was in a consolidation. But here we got our last tip, so we might get back to retest zone. But for safety, we can do this. Okay, if I'm entering a trade there, if I get something here, if you can see clearly, there is a fair value gap here, market left to fair value gap here, and it's not closed. And let's say if the market comes next up and retest my zone, I'll be able to put my TP here. It's not bad, and I'll be putting it inside this zone. So what's my gain? That's two. It's almost less 1:2 ratio, because I'll be risking $23 to gain 46 million times 2. That's the amount I'll be gaining. So I just that done. Okay. So see you. I don't know. It might take the whole day. I don't know. See you later on.